clicked and things are moving on my screen. We are live, Keith.
Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
Ophira Eisenberg is here. Hello, Ophira.
Hello. Hello.
Who's better than Ophira?
No
You
one.
know her from NPR, the book Screw Everyone, the podcast Parenting is a Joke, the album Plant-Based Jokes, a joy and a goddamn dream, Ophira. Good to see you.
So nice. A
Thank you.
goddamn dream. If only we would wake up.
I see, of course, your bangs are on point.
Oh, thank you. They are freshly sheared. I am like a sheep. I have to go quite often for the shearing of the bang. And I will tell you, I'm a longtime customer of my hairdresser, and I went in and it was, you know what? It was 2 bang trims in between cuts, and they charged me for the second one. They're like, it's taking advantage. I nearly flipped the chair.
What
Okay.
does this mean?
I'm sorry. Excuse me?
I go to a
Thank
different
you.
hair place. What does this mean?
Did I understand that correctly? Did I understand that you missed a bang cutting appointment and they charged you twice because they have to cut twice the amount?
No.
Okay.
So in between, so you get so if you have bangs, people with bangs know this lore, that if you get your haircut at a place, in betweens they offer you a bang trim like for free,
Okay.
because the bangs are going to grow faster than you'd probably need a haircut. But I needed it twice because I don't know. I was just doing a lot of growing. I don't know why the hair was growing. And they charged me for the second one because they feel like people take advantage of their bang trims.
Mm.
I was like, this is I just want to be on the staff meeting of that where that came up.
Are you
The
able
minutia.
Are you able to lean back and relax during a haircut, or do you kind of like tilt your head if it looks like they're doing it too far up to the left?
Yeah, I always cock my head a little to the left and I just go, really? The whole time. Really? How long have you been doing this? Did you go to school? I have some questions. I try to act like a mother that's disappointed. Really? How many people have you done today? Are you tired? No, I'm pretty quiet. I will just say that I'm impatient. I feel like I used to sit, whatever. I feel like I used to just sit places for hours, and now I'm like, move it along. I want if it could be 10 minutes. If they could put a helmet over me and then take it off, and I'd be like, yeah, that's it.
Isn't that how
Great.
you used to get your haircuts, Keith? Your mom would put a bowl over your head.
Yeah, literally.
so
Is that or
cute.
the perm? Yeah. Somehow they gave her a beautician license. Anyway, rest in peace. Do you, when somebody's at the barbershop at the salon,
At the
you don't,
salon.
you don't pay barbershop money. When
I
you're at the
wish.
salon and they start gossiping about Love is Blind, do you clear your
Oh,
throat?
yeah.
Are you able to handle it? What do you do?
I wish that comes up all the time right now. You just nailed the number one conversation that is just kind of happening around you all the time. I haven't watched it. And so I just sort of endure it. It's
But
that thing. It's like that water cooler conversation that you're like, I don't know.
But at the salon period, if there's ever water cooler conversation, do you say something like speed it up, or do they not? And me, I go to a regular barbershop, and maybe because they just shave my head, they have to add gossip, so it seems like I'm paying for something.
I mean, there's
But
always that thing where they're like, so you're a performer. What shows are you excited about? I'm like, the ones that pay the most money.
right.
You
Like
see,
I would never have the answer they want. I always feel so bad about that. Never having the answer that they want.
we're trapped in a small talk chair. They even they offer you tea and then cut your hair around it. And I'm like, when am I supposed to be drinking this tea?
I know.
Why do you think that's fancy? They're like, you're not done with your tea. I'm like, no, but now there's hair in it, so forget it. It doesn't matter. But here's the thing. I'm trapped in there. When they're making conversation with me, I feel bad for them because I'm just like, you don't need to, don't
you
worry
don't
about
care.
where I'm from, how long I've
You don't
been
care.
here, and then when I'm doing the same thing to them, I'm trying to make sure, and this is a bad idea. It's such a bad idea. I'm like, please be having a nice day so that my haircut comes out nice. So
Oh,
I'm doing this thing.
absolutely.
I've watched my mother do this, and I'm just like, by the time I got to adulthood, I'm like, you don't need to do this. And then I catch myself doing it and I try to stop myself. I'm like, so wow, it's must be so hard just making a decision and cutting their hair. I would never be able to do this. And I'm like, what am I doing? I'm hyping this person up so that they don't fuck my hair up.
Oh yeah. I
Like, you
know
must be so good at this.
if there's stomach growls during our haircut, I'm like, can I come back after you've had lunch? Like, I don't want you to be hungry doing this.
You
And
you better
yeah,
not be in halt, not hungry, angry, lonely, tired. I will make conversation with you. I will get you tea. I'll get you a snack. I should just
exactly.
bring a bento box of love, a little note in it, or maybe tip ahead. That's the adult version of a snack.
That's why if I've ever been in a comedy club or a bar and someone has said like I'm a surgeon, I'm always like, please tell me you're not doing it tomorrow because we need to cut you off. Like you can't. Do you want to find that? Like, oh, we had a great time last night at Joe's Pub. Said your surgeon before surgery.
And
No,
that's a lot of pressure on you, the performer.
And
exactly,
I have
exactly.
scheduled surgery and I'm like, give me the 6 a.m. because because for some reason they do like 3, 4 surgeries a day. And I'm like, I will not be your third or fourth.
Yeah,
I don't know what you ate all day. I don't know how much sleep you got all night. I'm your
yeah,
first where you're feeling confident. You're
yeah. I
feeling
don't need you
good.
loose. I don't need you loose. Also, like more on just like I never feel like I have the right answer. Because, I was actually thinking about this. There are the women that go there, and I'm saying women who have the right answers. Like they are the people who her pronouns were made from. Every time I'm around those people, I'm like, maybe I am non-binary because if you're she, her, I am something else. Because they have the like, we went to Martha's Vineyard and I loved Barbie movie so much. I just brought all my girlfriend. I'm always just like, this is what they want. This is what they want. It's perfect. They
I know.
talk about
I'm
like
not
different
really.
Prosecco's.
They do love different Prosecco's.
I don't have it. I don't have it.
I do
They're
have
like,
to
have you
turn that
gone
on.
anywhere recently? I'm like, no. Like, I don't have it.
Do you ever plan something like, all right, I have summer plans this time around. Let's go get my hair cut. I'll be able to answer their questions.
Ooh, we're going to be going to Florida for 2 days. What kind of appointments can I make ahead of it
Right. I have a
to
story
finally
ready.
chat?
You on Valentine's Day, you did stand up.
I did.
And I feel the same way almost about holidays. And I wonder if it's because, not to say this is a higher calling, but we're servants. Is there something to this is like being a waiter, quite frankly.
It's true.
Do holidays mean nothing to us?
Nothing. Because weekends have meant nothing to us for decades.
Right.
We're just like, oh, your Friday night. Ooh, like we're just like, yeah, getting to work. Hopefully I have 3 sets. So yeah, we're already on a different schedule. So holidays meaningless. Plus, I will say Valentine's Day, it was just so interesting. You're like, who goes to a comedy club in New York on Valentine's Day? It was primarily couples. There were some gaggles of group friends, but mostly couples. But no couple who had been seeing each other for under 6 years. It was clearly at that point of their relationship. They're like, I really don't want to stare at you across the dinner table. So
Right.
comedy.
Could we have someone else talk to us today? I talk to you every day. Let's
Yeah,
just
exactly.
insert some new thoughts here.
Is there any pressure that this is their special romantic day out? Like, do you have to be careful not to bust too many balls?
I mean, I would never think that, but you're right, because I was recently having a conversation with the one and only Colin Quinn
Okay.
Yeah.
about this exact thing, not just doing something on Valentine's Day or even New Year's Eve where the stakes feel like this is really important for
Right.
everybody to have a good time, but any night, like I can roll in there on a Tuesday and be like, oh my God, I'm exhausted. I don't really feel like being here. I'm depressed. Things didn't really work out for me. Maybe I can phone this in, get out of there. And then you remember all these people, this was their choice. They may have made a reservation. They're like, guess we're doing Tuesday night. Guess we're doing Tuesday. Like that's where they're. So you have to.
Babysitter, parking in New
Oh
York.
my
You'll probably
God.
lose your car. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Even for you guys. Yeah.
Well, then I feel like flight attendants should be on 1,000 then.
Right.
Do you know how many
They
plans I had
should.
to make to get to this
Oh
seat?
my God.
Holy shit. A
Yeah,
visa had to be fucking filled out. There's paperwork galore. I forwarded mail.
Absolutely. You know how many times I've like checked if I could switch seats, checked it again, checked for upgrades, check with that little app. Nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you're at
27F again.
We have your seat, and it's like, this is the bathroom.
Oh yeah, totally.
How's the family going? How's your kid maturing?
My kid is maturing. I think you'll find this amusing that we watched the Super Bowl together
Okay.
and the halftime show. He loved it. And when Usher ripped off his shirt to expose his rock
Sure.
hard bod, my
Nice.
son said, "I've never seen abs." He goes, "Those are real abs." I go, "Yeah." He goes, "It's not like I've only seen them on a Batman costume."
He's the only one who thinks Usher wasn't naked.
I was
Is
like, "Yeah,
Jonathan
very."
around for that dig?
Right.
Yeah, keep sitting up, Jonathan. Uh, yeah, Jonathan went to a Super Bowl party, and my this
Smart.
is what happens on comics days off. It's like the other person goes out. They're like, "You're gonna be home? Bye."
Right.
I have friends too, you know. Yeah. So, but yeah, he's maturing. He gave me a big chat this morning about, do you know what century it is?
Hmm.
Because he just learned that if it's 1600s, it's 17th century, that it's always one ahead,
Yeah.
that thing. And then he said, well, he goes, "Do you think we'll be alive in the 24th century?" And I said, "No, like no one lives hundreds of years." And he goes, "Thanks, Mom. Now I have to go to school thinking about that all morning."
I was talking to my friend Adam, and he was talking about one of his kids, and like he thinks Adam thought, I'm going to teach him about life and death and infinity and this kind of thing. And now the
Oh.
kid's like too invested. And Adam doesn't know, is he going to end up saving the world or did he just fuck him up?
Mhm.
Adam texted me. I tell him, let's see, he asked multiple times, why are we here? And Adam said, I tell him because infinite time and chance has made it happen and he should feel endlessly lucky and enjoy every second. He still gets mad if we don't have bananas in the morning, and I tell him he's right. I blew it. So I'm either raising game changers or big problems. We'll see. Yeah, you got to be
Yeah,
careful how much you
excellent.
share with them, right?
Yeah, and I think, I don't know how old your friend's kid is, but I seem to find this age that I'm in, like 7, 8, 9, they're particularly obsessed with life cycles, like how long people live, when do they die, and why do they die, and a little bit of where do you go potentially. But I've told him because I remember asking my mom if I was like, "Do we go to heaven?" She goes, "No, when you're dead, you're dead." So that's what she told me when I was like 8 or 9 years old. And yeah, kind of shocked me. I remember telling that to my friends. They're like, "No, you don't. You go to heaven." I was like, "Oh boy. All right. Wait till you find out Santa Claus isn't real." But
Oof.
I wouldn't know how to
yeah,
answer. I'd just be like, who fucking
it's hard.
knows?
Yeah. This was a real one. So before he went to bed, he asked me, and they sometimes do this, the kids, they download the world all day and then they ask you a really intense question right before they go to bed. And
Mm,
he asked me, who in our family do you think will die first, Mommy?
mommy.
Right before bed. And I gotta tell you, I was like trying to figure out something. I didn't want to just well, what are you gonna say to that? Like, I'm gonna make a so I
Here's
just
here's
said,
what you say, sweetheart. Close your eyes and go to sleep. We'll call my insurance agent in the morning. We'll ask him for some figures.
I
Okay.
don't
I
know,
don't want
honey.
to.
right,
Who has
let's
the
get an
most
actuary
abs?
on this.
Right.
I said, if we're lucky, all of us. That's what I said. I was trying a group
Oh,
project, a group death project. Yeah,
what
that's
did
what
he
I said.
think of that?
No, I know he was unhappy with it. He was like,
Yeah.
"What?" Yeah, I
He
know.
was
I
like,
was
no,
like,
you first. The
I know.
fuck?
I should have said Dad.
As people know, Kenda's going to be leaving Keith and the girl on March 7th.
Yeah.
That's next week.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Let me make a note of this.
I'm just letting Keith know.
Thank you.
It's
Oh my
next
God.
week.
Keith, who are you gonna talk to?
That's the thing. Well,
He
with
thought it was
AI,
next month, so hold on.
with AI,
Oh,
I can
true.
still be talking to Kenda. It's fine.
Yeah,
I
that's
will
true.
just talk like this from now on.
I don't
Throwing
know.
your algorithm. Now I will sound weird.
Did you guys ever use, speaking of AI, Grammarly? Do you ever use Grammarly?
Yeah.
Okay, so it does a thing where it also tries to guess the tone of what you're writing. It'll be like enthusiastic, telling a story, or like engaging. And I was putting some jokes through it because I was sending them to someone. I wanted to make sure they were perfect, and it guessed my tone as disheartened.
I don't know if I've ever used that word. Holy shit.
I was like, that's how my jokes are, guys.
Oh,
disheartened.
I'm
She'll diss your heart. That's her brand.
no, I'm I'm a little upset him just leaving. So I'm gonna turn the podcast. I'm gonna keep the title, Keith and the Girl. I'm gonna turn it into some right wing bullshit, the way all comics are going nowadays. And
Yep.
I'm gonna change Hemda's words with robots from the past, and she's gonna be disgusting. She
White
doesn't
men are the
understand
best.
pronouns. She won't even use pronouns in regular sentences. Like she's really out there.
I think you should change it to Keith and the Man.
Fuck yeah.
You should change it to Keith and them, and then you'll seem lefty, and then you'll be righty.
Yeah, that's how you want to do it.
I have this so I believe it's from Instagram. And this woman, Kathleen of Mumford, writes, Keith, what can I say? I just want to say I'm 100% confident I can co-host with you. I'm female,
wow.
Jewish, have red hair. I'm 38, and I can prove I'm hilarious over a quick Zoom. You should
Ooh.
have tryouts and let people vote for their favorite co-host. Yeah, that shouldn't be offensive to anybody.
I don't know
That
how to tell
feels-
you this. Starting March 8th, everything's a tryout. To all
Why
comedians
wouldn't it
coming
be?
on. I don't what else would it be? What do you think this is? No.
That feels very old school Keith and the Girl, because
Oh
I
my
used to have
God.
those contests open for my
Yeah.
stand-up. I've been a fan since 2008, so I have a lot of opinions. She just has a list of shit she disagreed with since 2008. We actually met at Podfest in 2014.
Oh boy.
and
That's
Kemda-
always the one. We actually met, you know.
right. And Kemda and I smoked up in front of the hotel Sofitel with you before your stand-up. That'd be strange if
Oh,
I smoked
boy.
right before the stand-up, but all right. I know any message from a stranger is insane, so I guess I'll stop here. And you know what? I say, why not? It's fucking anything goes.
Anything goes.
Yeah, I go.
I wasn't a comic.
Right. I say, you know what? It's a goddamn deal. Do you happen to be free? And I pick a date. I said, email me at info@keithandthegirl.com. I can't be trusted following social media. I'm not good at it. Then she wrote, I'm so excited. I'll email you today and I'll make myself free that day. I'm like, okay.
Wow. Did you tell her that for episode 1 that she has to suck your dick? Did you tell her that?
It's understood. I mean, if she's been listening since 2008.
That's what I was going to say.
And no email, by the way. This is some time ago. And then I just got another message through Instagram. I now realize you were mocking me. How are we going to be a team if this is how it fucking starts?
Sounds perfect. I feel like
Of course, it's
anyone.
weird I'd say yes, but you were hoping I said yes, then I said yes, and then obviously it's mocking you.
Ooh, that's paranoid. Maybe they're smoking some of the paranoid stuff.
Oh,
God. Well, there goes the
Oh.
first guest. Great. This is working out great.
Wait a second. Were you so this person doesn't know you very well to know that it's like that the way you speak is mocking.
Right. It's natural.
That's just
I
who
was
you
born
are.
with this sarcastic tone, and there's nothing I can fucking do about it.
See, where I come from, we call it Dutch.
Thank
But
you.
where you
See, he wanted to leave also, but I'm like, with that voice, what else are you going to do? You have to do this.
So what was Keith going to do without Kenda? I don't know. I'm trying here. Oh, my God.
See, I played chicken with him. I'm like, I'm on mic. Let's go.
Comic Amy Schumer has been diagnosed with Cushing syndrome. The comedian 42 shared the diagnosis on a show called News Not Noise. It's a newsletter from this person, Jessica Yellen. That's a cool name.
right, Jessica Yellen. She was very excited to put that out everywhere and get some followers.
What is the disease? Diagnosis?
Cushing's.
Cushing's?
Yeah, what is that?
What are you guys saying?
Yeah, Cushing's. You're right.
Cushing's. Okay.
Like you sit on a Cushing.
Oh, okay. Is that
And what is
smoking
it?
too much weed? Like too
It
much
is.
kush?
It's what she's saying. She saw people commenting. First of all, people were commenting when she was on like Tonight Show or one of these, and her face looks like she just got so much work done. And
Is it a
she said,
repetitive disease? Or
hold on. So it looks like she has this work done. It's like, what are you doing? Why are so many people fucking with her face? And she goes, oh, sorry, guys. I'm not a fucking supermodel and I'm not thin. It's like, no, we're not saying that. We're just saying this is interesting. Then she says, because everybody kept saying something, she got a diagnosis and they found out she has Cushing disease. And that's why her face is chubby. It seems like very fast, odd timing that you are covering up Botox, but I don't know. I'm not hating her because of her face. You know, people hate you because of your politics and that you're a joke thief.
First of
But
all, of course she's getting Botox. I mean, like all of the women are, all of them. There's no way she's on. I'm sorry. I'm just like impossible. So she's getting Botox. But what is Cushing's? First of all, what is Cushing's, and what does it have to do with a puffy face? Is it an autoimmune inflammation thing? Now I'm just putting words together that I've heard that sound scary.
Cushing is caused by an excess amount of stress hormone, cortisol, in the body. Weight gain, around face, and high blood pressure are among the symptoms. It can be fatal if left untreated. So when she was mad that everybody's talking about her looks, thank God they saved your life.
I was just gonna say, is that how we decide to go to the doctor these days? We
go
get
on the
enough
Tonight Show.
We got enough hits on a reel.
About 40 to 70 people out of every million have the Rear syndrome.
Huh. And what do you do about it?
You carrots.
That's it. You know what? I'm such a speaking of just shit like this, I am so sick of everything in all of America, I'm going to say, to be like, it's stress related. No, stop putting it on us. Stop it. That is part of the American dream where it's like, hey, everybody, it's up to you to pull up your bootstraps and find happiness. No, it's not. Nothing is all up to me. How about some structure? How about some community? How about some social services? Okay. Another thing is like, well, it's based on stress. So you have to sit there and go, I did this to myself. Fuck you.
She says Cushing is caused by judgments online about comedians that made it too fast, too quick. Huh. That's interesting. Anyways, hear more about that on the originally titled Three Girls, One Keith. You fucking
acerbic one-liners only make the matters worse.
Maybe you could take one of those girls, Keith.
Right.
They got 3 of them.
They have the title anyway, so
right.
I don't know where to show up.
So I'm wondering, does your doctor see you? You know, because if it's a visual thing, you know, how come the audience is picking up on it and the doctor's like, no, you look great. You look great. Why? Who's asking?
Right.
If it's such an obvious,
right. If
you know,
every single fan can be like, weird face.
I'm wondering if, because I don't think that doctors feel comfortable telling you anything except you're old. That's my situation. I think they're not going to be like, what's wrong with your face? You're gaining too much weight. They're not doing that anymore. They're going like, yeah, but you're old. So that's probably
right. They like
happening.
Dismissing everything. I mean, this happened to my friend who ended up and is going through treatment for bone cancer. Like basically was like, my back hurts, like all the stuff. And they were basically like, well, you know, you're a middle-aged woman. Do you stretch enough? Bone cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, they told me my tumor was a fart. I'm not kidding.
A fart?
They said
gas?
Maybe you just gas. It could be gas. But...
And she goes, "Can I let it out?" And they're like, "A lady doesn't do that in a building." And then she left, came back, and they said, "You have to make another appointment."
Oh my gosh. Yeah. To someone that does not take your insurance.
Well, I think Amy recently had a baby. So you're seeing doctors all the time. Is it whenever you bring it up, go, hey, the internet's talking about my fat face. Yeah, Cushing. I mean, I had to ask.
Just the way you read the description makes it sound, you know, not for nothing, pretty mild.
Right.
So it does, like, is it one of those things? I'm just going to piss off everyone. Like, you know, that's on a spectrum. Like there's Cushing disease. Like, remember when everyone had chronic fatigue syndrome? Do you remember that moment?
You mean having a baby?
Like, I think there was actual fibromyalgia, and then there's just a lot of other shit that gets thrown into the pile of fibromyalgia.
Right.
You remember when everyone was agoraphobic? Oh, that was a pandemic. Oh, okay.
That was the pandemic.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. Oh, you're stressed. Shut up.
And don't get me wrong. I'm pro woman. I get bummed out when there's a movie that's female heavy and it sucks, and I'm like, oh no, that's too bad.
I know. Like, sets us all back by 10 years.
Like I see
really
the new Madam Web, the new Spider-Man movie now with Spider Women, and it's just a shame. It's just a shame.
Marvel's was not good.
The
It's-
Spider-Man movies, that's you're being silly.
But there's
Uh,
too many superhero movies anyways. We gotta just stop it for a minute. We just
Yeah,
gotta
you just
stop
don't
it
want to
for a
say
minute.
we want to stop it when it comes to women, but I guess we should have. I guess we should have. I've seen people put up all these fake quotes from the movie because the movie's so bad. The real quotes are crazy enough, but now people are just making shit up. Like, remember, you're the madam of this web. You are Madam Web. It's like, you know what? The movie's so bad, it is kind of believable.
May I say, just speaking of doctors, I go to a very good doctor who is also very funny,
Okay.
but real, but
I'm
funny, real.
texting you for their name.
Yeah,
Keep
funny, real.
going.
And he did say this to me recently. He goes, because he's a infectious disease specialist, but a normal general practitioner as well. And I said, how do you just dumb? It was just dumb. I said, how do you feel about viral video? Being someone who that's your main focus. And he said, well, I would prefer fungal video because that's something that really sticks to you.
Okay.
You asked for it, Ophira.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, that's really good. That's good
For a
stuff,
doctor.
man.
For a doctor, it's good.
Yeah. Well, I like that he kept it in his world.
Right.
Okay.
Right. I mean, don't sell tickets, but okay, good for you. You're half a person, I guess.
I don't know. I feel like that guy could sell some tickets if he gets a fungal video.
Well, I'll be my damned. Number one movie over the weekend, Bob Marley, One Love for the second week in a row.
Wow. Mm,
It feels like
wow.
a safe movie to watch.
Yeah.
You know, like a good first date movie, a good, like, let's have an easy date. Let's bring the kids. Like, it feels easy.
Yeah.
Madam
Little
Web,
revolution.
Right. The superhero movie, Madam Web, didn't even debut at number one. The word got out so much that it's
Oh my
those
gosh.
are always number one. Always.
Wow. Who's
And
Madam
now,
Web? Is it Brie Larson or something? Who do they cast the same three women all the time?
Dakota Johnson.
Oh, all right. Didn't see that coming.
She didn't have any whips or nothing, but and now the second week for Madam Web down to number 4. Again, a superhero movie. That's a big deal.
What's number 3? Just so I know.
Something called Ordinary Angels. Sounds
Hilarious. Something that some indie movie no one's heard of.
Right? Yeah.
Translated from Swedish.
Number 6, just to put things into perspective. Number 5, Migration, an animation. Number 6, Argyle, a documentary on sweaters. So this isn't good news for Madam Web. No.
It's about diamonds, okay?
Right. They just had the Screen Actors Guild Awards.
Yes.
Probably the one, and then the following one, I believe, will be the Oscars, if I'm correct.
Which one's this one? For movies or everything?
For movies and TV. It's another one of those.
What?
And they have a couple, like best union representative.
Right.
Okay.
Shout out to HR at the union.
So like football's over and Sunday needs to have something?
That's
Is
what
that-
these are. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
And
Yes.
there's only the same 5 shows, 5 movies, Oppenheimer, Barbie, The Holdovers, Maestro. I feel like I've been to the movies more than 5 times. But anyways,
When's his friends gonna make a break? They deserve something.
outstanding
know.
performance by male actor in a leading role
Yeah.
to Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
Did you watch it at one sitting? That's your fault. I saw it in 2 parts. I leave the theater, I come back. I'm not exaggerating, and it didn't drag on too much. Because you guys that saw it in 1 part, when I came back for part 2, I see people going to the bathroom, and I'm like, they're gonna drop the bomb now. This is all you were waiting for.
I will say that I do, as we are making fun of Madam Web, I do watch movies and I'm always like, where are the women and there's like no women. There's obviously I forget right now who's cast as the wife, and she literally has one scene.
Right. I know what you mean.
But I watched the movie and there's craft. Obviously, I can understand why people say it's amazing, but I just felt like it was all these actor guys being like, and now I win the Oscar for this performance. No. Listen to my response, because this is the Oscar winning performance. I just felt like all of them were, big puffed up roosters walking around on set,
I get you.
delivering their big lines.
Right. Cillian Murphy, what good acting. See, first, he's gonna build the bomb, knowing they gotta drop it on Japan and stop the war. And then he builds the bomb, and then they use the bomb, and he's like, "What have I done? Like, you
Yeah.
built the fucking bomb."
Yeah,
That's what
no
you
point.
did.
Yeah, did you need some fans on the Tonight Show to be like, hey, yeah, we've got some problems with what you're building. You thought about it? This
He
bomb
knew
will
it'd
be
kill
for
it.
good. You'll see, it will be for good.
I mean, he knew it killed some innocent people, and it wasn't until it really happened. Then he's like, "Oh shit, a bomb."
Wait a second.
Yeah, but at least Bradley Cooper didn't win. Do you see that movie Maestro? That fucking weirdo. He's like,
I did not see it.
he dramatically is doing the band. He's that dude that did West Side Story, and he's sweating and shit. And he's like, "It took me 6 years to learn these 5 minutes." I'm like, "Then you're an idiot."
But
And
I'm surprised the union didn't give it to him because I seriously heard that he only took scale for the role.
okay.
I'm
Okay,
serious.
great. I'm surprised he even paid himself. They don't even show the orchestra that he's conducting as he's conducting. So how do I know if he's getting it right?
It's like a classic.
If that was real and he did that based on real footage of this
Wait,
director,
I'm sorry. Please do your impression again.
and he's fucking just sweat over here now. Like they don't know. Like they're not the greatest musicians on earth. Whoever he's conducting. Oh, he didn't know me with the drum now. You fucking moron. So he's sweating like, no, over here now. And no one would know what to do with, even though they have the fucking music right in front of them on a stand. They would have no idea when it's their turn. And he's just sweat. If it's based on a real fucking event, and I was in that audience, I'd be like, what a fucking hard on. Way to make it about you.
So this movie was basically written for my husband, who he would have wanted to become a conductor in life, given whatever. So he was very excited about it. Read up about it beforehand. Watched like some, I don't know, some like making ofs beforehand. He watched it in. You said 2 sittings for Oppenheimer. He watched it in 4 sittings.
That's the best way. Maestro or Oppenheimer?
Maestro. He saw it in 4 sittings. Did not hold his attention.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, it's a very simple movie. This guy likes to fuck around on his wife, but his wife knows, but this wife just says, "Please don't be sloppy about it." And of course he is. That's the whole movie.
What a
I
good
just
wife.
love too much. Okay. For 3 hours. Jesus.
The passion.
Yeah.
I know. When these men are passionate, they should be able to fuck around. Come on. It's just sad. We gotta let them. We gotta let them. This is an episode of Keith and the Man.
Outstanding performance by a female actor in a leading role, Ryan Gosling for Barbie. How was
Oh.
That's crazy.
I think I've told you my major problem with Barbie, the movie, was that it was really about Ken.
Right.
Yeah, that was you started a discussion on that. I think you opened some eyes when you said that.
I don't
Yeah.
think so. Okay.
Right. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm already on my way out, so I'm starting to say nice things to comedians, and that's my bad.
I know it's weird.
It is weird. It is weird. I have been saying like I'm like, okay, well, I'll see you again. I'll be in the audience, and they're like, okay, man. I'm like, all right.
Hilarious. I know. Just
But then there's some like, I love you. I totally love you. I'm like, oh, we say I love you to each other. Okay.
I once hugged a fellow comedian. He said, "Well, we're hugging now." I was like, "Okay, got it.
Right.
You weren't touched enough as a baby. I get it."
It's really hard to know.
But this is better. So just on age, someone a younger comic made a disparaging, what I thought was a disparaging comment to me about how old I am. The young guy, I was drinking a glass of wine at the club, and he was like, "It's great to see, like, he didn't say someone like you, but that's clearly how it hit my head." So what I heard was, "It's great to see someone of your age having a glass of wine after, like, late night after a set." And I was like, "Go." Like, I invented having a glass of wine after a set. And I said it to another male comic that I was pissed about it. And he was like, I'd still fuck you. And I was like, is that
the ultimate in comedian this is a nice thing to say? They're like, no, you're still good. I'd fuck you. Like, were you concerned about how you look? Like, no worries. Just masturbated to you the other day. So you could rest easy.
Yeah,
You're
I've got
good.
you in my rotation. I've got you in my rotation.
I'll tell you this. I said this a couple times on the marathon. Recently, I was smoking in Williamsburg. I feel like that's a neighborhood for the young, right? Me and
Sure.
Xerxes
And
passing
were
it.
you in between the Chanel store and the Hermes store?
I think the Apple and Joe's Pizza, but
Same.
you get it.
Yep.
Bedford
Mhm.
Avenue. And this other couple comes out of the train. We're walking and they pass us, and I hear her going, oh, that's gonna be us someday. And I'm like, ooh, cute older couple alert. I look around, I'm like, ooh, let's go see the gray-haired people that I'm gonna be also when I grow up. And I'm like, wait, oh my God, we're the only couple. Oh my God, she's saying we're the old couple. And
Oh,
they're gonna be
wow.
like us someday. And I'm like, this is so flattering and horrifying at the same time. I'm like, how much of my gray is showing? And then I'm like, why did I lock up my helmet? I should be holding it. Like, still active. I rode my bicycle here. I should wear a t-shirt. I live in Queens, and then like I'm in Brooklyn. Like I'm not supposed to be here. Like I'm like, I should wear other identifiers other than my graying, aging skin.
Well,
Holy
speak.
shit.
You're the after. They're the before. You're the after is always the picture everybody wants. Just remember that.
Oh wow. A positive affirmation by Ophira. I got it. Okay, I'm done now. Good night, everybody.
But also don't worry because they're all going to die when they're 27. Okay? So
Of
there you go.
stress,
Yeah, of stress. Exactly. Cushing's.
of cabbage patch disease. That's what I call her face.
You
Sorry.
see these do you see these comics nowadays? Yeah, we heard that. You see these comics nowadays and they're like, in your 20s, you can drink whatever you want. But in your 30s, your back is breaking when you go to get the milk. I'm like, well,
I
look
love
into
this.
that. 'Cause that's a little unnatural.
Yeah. Oh my God. No wonder they need all their fans to like check in on them
Right.
on their TikToks to offer them medical advice. It's ridiculous. I know. I hear that a lot too. There was like a lot. I mean, I feel like I'm just surrounded by every guy I feel like I see right now on stage around me is literally, I'm 36 years old. I mean, they're exactly 36.
Right.
And they're all like,
Mm.
yeah, I yawned and I hurt my neck for 4 days. I'm like, I think you have rickets. Like, I don't think this is age.
I've heard them like, first of all, I was the 40 something in the audience, and apparently they should have checked ID for too old because it was like you said, 36-year-old comic, and they're like, everybody here, so you're all in your 20s. Is anyone in their 30s? No. And I'm like, boy, you're not even mentioning anyone in their 40s. No one could
It's
be in
cut
their
off.
40s if they're out and
Right.
having a good time. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Are you okay, ma'am? Good they didn't see you.
We order, I don't know if you guys do this, we order cheap vegetables from a place called Imperfect Foods.
Okay.
Because you're perfect.
Well, it's right now. Yeah, I wish. It's all the food that like all the grocery stores reject, right? Because they don't
love
look
that.
nice. Or they have like a little bruise on them or whatever. So you get them for really cheap. And I'm always like, oh, we order basically women in entertainment over 40. That's what we get. We get them for cheap all the time.
Well, kind of goes with this. Best performance by a female actor in a leading
Oh.
role. I thought this was interesting. Margot Robbie was up for Barbie. Emma Stone for Poor Things. Oops, they both lost. It's the only two in here where the woman stands up for herself, where she fights the patriarchy and she does what she wants with her existence. Just thought it was interesting that the winner was Lily Gladstone from Killers of the Flower Moon, who Leonardo DiCaprio keeps trying to murder all movie long. That's one. That's interesting. That's all.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Does
It's just
he try to murder her because she's over 22?
she just has the land. She just has the land.
Yeah, it's about real estate.
Yeah.
It looks like it's about real estate. I only saw the commercial on mute, but I would say, yeah.
Outstanding performance by a male actor in a supporting role, Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer.
Right.
Outstanding
Yes.
performance by a female, Divine Joy Randolph in The Holdovers. She would have been the
Oh, okay.
housekeeper, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah.
The cook, all that.
That was a very, I did watch that movie. And here's what I said about that movie.
Yes.
Would it kill you to cast another woman? There's one female character
Right.
in that movie, and that's the one.
And we gotta give it to her, right?
I mean,
She was
it's
the
set
only
at.
one.
I get it. I mean, this it's just so interesting because I was like, it's set at an all boys
College.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so just easy. Oh my God. They're like, thank God we don't have to cast any women. It's all guys school.
They're
All
like,
guys
what can
school.
we make? You know what? It's almost like a horror movie that goes, let's make this take place, in the past so that nobody can have a cell phone because that would solve the movie in 5 fucking minutes.
Exactly.
They're like, how do
Exactly.
we make it with no women? All boys school. Done.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
Nice.
but who's going to
Nice.
cook? Okay, we need one woman.
Yeah, because she could be black. Fantastic.
Then we don't need any other black characters, right?
Then we
Like
don't need
that's
any
what that.
black.
Okay, all right.
Exactly. Yep. Nailed
Outstanding
it.
performance by cast in a motion picture, Oppenheimer. All the boys in general did a great
Wait,
job.
so there's like best female, best male, and best people working together?
Yes.
Basically, best group.
Yes.
Okay.
Best group of people.
That's a sketch group.
That
Best
seems
sketch.
weird. Like if you were best female in your movie, but the cast didn't win, it's like because I was the best, and you guys
Yeah.
don't really know how to work with other people, even though one of them is the best. So that's kind of on you.
What
Right.
is
Or
it?
or in this
get
case,
here,
they're like the bitch. The bitch one.
but we'll get here. But it's interesting when some of these shows, like Succession, for example, has out of 5 people, 5 nominees, 3 of them are from Succession. So
Yeah.
deep down, you're better than your co-people.
Absolutely.
You can act like it's objective, the other shit, but this is one show and you were the best.
I mean, this is going with the premise that all of these awards are based on merit.
Right.
I think we all know it's like some sort of dealings in the back rooms.
Best
Well,
male
let's
in male in a TV show and female in a TV show were the leads in the show Beef, Ali Wong and Steven Yen.
Okay.
Never
I'll give them
saw
that.
it.
You should.
Yeah, it's good. Okay.
I think I'm gonna dare say this right to your feet. I'm looking at, let me put your box right up here so I can.
Hello.
I think you might enjoy it.
Oh, that felt intense.
Yeah, something was going on.
Okay.
Outstanding performance by a male actor, Pedro Pascal in The Last of Us.
I like him as Mandalorian.
You like when you don't see his face.
I just like that. I want that character. It's so strange. You put a character like that, like the Mandalorian, no emotional depth because
Right.
he's a Mandalorian and it's all about, war, basically, armor and war. And I'm
is the
like,
way.
he seems like a good dad. So
outstanding performance by a female actor, Elizabeth Debicki in The Crown. So I'll assume she's Princess Diana, right?
oh yeah, good haircut on her. She could wear it. She's
Outstanding
like 7 feet tall, supposedly. Like
Oh,
it was really hard to have all the male characters around her because she just towered over them.
Did they make her like bend over a little bit in all the scenes?
That's what they would do for sure. On your knees for this whole scene, sweetheart.
How about you guys just wear lifts? How about you just shut the fuck up and you're lucky to be here?
Do you want to win or not?
Right. Outstanding performance by a male actor in a comedy series.
Oh.
Jeremy Allen White in The Bear.
There we go. That
What-
guy.
What is a comedy?
Yeah. Well,
I saw the show.
Yeah.
Thank you, chef. And I'm just laughing my balls off. I'm struggling hard to make a new dessert. Oh, hilarious. Remember that scene where they polished silverware to show dedication? Oh, I was just rolling on the floor, pissing myself.
I swear I didn't even think the TV show. I thought Cocaine Bear, and I'm like, yeah, that was
pretty funny.
Comedy, sure.
But
yeah, dark.
I don't see how the bear is a comedy from what, but I'm only hearing Keith's face talk about it, so that's
I
different.
might not know comedy. That's true.
I mean, they cast a lot of comedic actors in it, so there's that, I guess. But yeah,
Beef was comedic actors too, and I don't know that that wasn't a comedy, was it?
I guess not, right?
No,
let's
but
see.
Interesting.
Television, movie, or limited series? Television, movie, or limited series for that one, for Beef.
Television, movie, or so anything.
A television movie or a limited series. So which is stupid. That could be 6 episodes. It could be 10 episodes. Everything's limited now. Nobody has time for 24 episodes anymore.
It's true. They're just like, we just make 8 and walk away.
Yeah.
So this is the one where it's a story told in 1 part or 4?
or 6 or 8 or
Right. Okay.
yeah.
So like a
12.
story with an ending.
Yes.
No,
I don't, they're just
it-
making up
you're
shit.
right.
So am I.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know.
right. It's a beginning, middle, and end. 3 episodes. That's my series.
I'm watching the last season, the latest season of what's this show? True Detective.
Oh,
And
I gotta watch that. I've heard nothing but good things.
You have a lot to do, Ophira.
I work at night, so I don't watch anything.
Oh no.
but I like that it's only
Ew.
6 episodes where other True Detectives are like 10 episodes. And
Mm.
what's that woman's name? It's in it now. She was in Hannibal.
Jodie Foster.
Jodie Foster. So Jodie Foster, I picture because she's established. They're they're like, we're normally 8 or 10 episodes. And she's like, I'll do 4. Fine, 6.
Yeah. Oh, that you totally know that went on. She's like, there's no way. There's no
Right.
way I'm doing 12. They're like 8. She's like, no, 2. And they negotiated her up to 6.
Right.
But I bet in the last episode she is not really present.
She's taking a nap. She's like,
I'll-
this was a hard case.
It's like zipping up her jacket the whole time. You're like, what?
I'll give you 5 in a hologram.
Right.
Which is going to be possible.
Outstanding performance by a female actor in a comedy series. Iowa Debberry for The Bear. She's the one who says, get your shit together, chef. And that is hilarious every time she does it because he's a mess. He's a lot of stress.
He is a mess.
Yeah.
He's a mess that you want to root for, but then you're not sure if you should root for him, so you stop rooting for him. But then he turns a corner, does something nice. You're like, I'll root for him again. Such a roller coaster.
Right. He's like, he says to a woman, you know what? I like you too. And that was vulnerable. So you forgive him. And then
That's
he
right.
doesn't answer the phone when she calls. And you're like, I think you're a piece of shit after all.
Yeah, then he
There's
goes back to
nothing-
being an
It's so
ass.
funny.
So he's a man.
He's a man.
With a
That's-
career.
Yeah,
Outstanding
well, he's a
performance
man.
by an ensemble in a drama series. Succession.
Yeah.
Did
That was a good one.
you a Succession fan?
I did like it. Yeah, I found it very uncomfortable to watch, but I kept going and then I just fell in love with it. But there was I think I would say the second season, first season, blah, blah. Second season was my favorite. And then a few episodes from the last season. But I didn't love it at all. Some of it I endured.
I started it. When I started it, I'm like, and I know everybody's loving it, so I give it more and more of a chance. And then I realized why I can't get into it. My
Why?
dad did nothing that I'm proud of. And so I don't get what these kids are fighting for, whether it's his love or it's simply the money that we didn't have. I'm like, who gives a fuck? This
I know.
is fantasy.
It is, I mean, just the highest level of fantasy. No, on every level. I love that they're just constantly miserable in the most gorgeous exotic location. I mean, that's part of the fun of it. How miserable they can be in like Morocco. How miserable they can be on private planes and yachts, and as they're being catered to their every whim. It's amazing.
Outstanding performance by an ensemble in a comedy series. Who was the best group? The Bear. Bunch of
Mm.
chefs, all saying chef.
Yes, podcast host.
What
Doesn't really
upsets
roll.
me about the Bear, I guess, is that I'm gonna see season 3. I know it, and it's only because one episode was so good in season 1, and
Which
one
one?
episode was so the Christmas. If
Sure.
that was whatever one that
Yep.
was in, that was great. So
Season
I think
2.
that was in season 2, and then season 1, the last episode, when you realize what this show's really about, which is family trauma, generational trauma. I'm like,
Yep.
oh, I think I get it. I don't know why I had to wait till episode 8 for you to say it's not about cakes and candies. But now I'm into, but it's just so few and far between what gets me, and they got me, and it's pissing me.
So I don't know, but I bet we could find this out easily. I bet they didn't know that they were going to have a second season. So they wrote only the story for that
Yes.
first season. And so that's why it was like so slow moving in a way.
But it bothers me that there's 2 seasons. We don't know why it's called The Bear. He had a dream about a bear. His cousin called him a bear. Those aren't fucking answers. Why did those things happen?
The Bears.
The bear.
Then they have this thing. I don't know if this is new. It sounds new to me. It's for movies. People are upset. Well, how come these multi-million-dollar these movies that everybody sees doesn't get recognized? You fucking snobs. At
Oh,
these awards.
yeah.
So now we have new categories: outstanding action performance by a stunt ensemble in a motion picture. For
Whoa.
example, Barbie. but more like these ones: Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, John Wick Chapter 4, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. The winner was Mission Impossible. So this is them like going, look, we can do these bullshit movies too if you want. All right, best stunts.
Why
Who
was
did this?
Barbie in the stunt
Because
one?
there were only 4 other movies that
Because they had
were
to
big
rollerblade
budget.
in a scene.
So
I don't know if you
how
saw
about when
that.
she falls off when she glides off the roof? I guess we can count that
Yes.
as a stunt.
And then floats in the air. That was a
Right.
stunt.
It was
but
choreography, yes.
Not for nothing. Did you see that Mission Impossible?
I did, yeah.
And
I didn't mind it at all.
I didn't mind it either.
What's funny is that you can start with part 2.
Hemda is giving me the nastiest judgmental
No,
look.
it's just the two comedians that if I'm listening to it and I made the movie and I didn't mind it. Oh, phew, that is just people
That's a
who are
blurb.
perfect with their words. They do it for professionally for a living. They each have albums out.
All right, I liked it. Okay, and I'll tell you why I liked it.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna say it. I like Tom Cruise, not as a person. I don't know him as a person,
But
I
as
don't
a
really-
runner,
as he runs like
he's
nobody
a good
runs
runner.
like Tom Cruise.
Nobody
And
does.
his posture while he runs is, I mean,
His
I
hands
aspire
cut
to
the
that.
wind.
How do they do that? They're like little fucking knives.
Yeah.
He should get on the bear, show them how to use a knife. Those hands. And
Have you heard this, by the way, that it's true? The further he runs in a movie, the better the movie has done. In fact, even Top Gun 2 has a running scene. The plane goes down.
yeah.
He's got to run for no fucking reason.
And the stunt that I'm sure won him that award or won the stunt award,
The motorcycle.
the motorcycle stunt is amazing. It is truly one. You know that we have all this AI, we have computer generation, we have green screens, we've got a lot to work with, drones, whatever, but it still looks like a one camera shot of a guy actually driving a motorcycle off the top of a mountain. It is amazing.
I think I can do that one. If I could
He's
stay
smiling.
on a bike, then I could do that and have a parachute. And then they just take out me going shit. That wouldn't be hard.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
They
you
added
die.
grass to
Okay,
the
you
ramp. They
die.
can take out me saying shit. I think
Did
it's
you
All right,
hear
well,
that,
let's get
everybody?
you.
That was two comedians liking something.
Right.
And that was that section.
But you know what's
Welcome
funny?
to a segment. Two comedians enjoy Tom Cruise.
You can watch part 2 without seeing part 1. All he does is go, okay, we found the submarine that was in the very beginning.
I'm gonna tell you something really. I don't know how this will come across, but here we
Okay.
go. We, in anticipation for the new one, because I like this style of movie. I love action and
Right.
I like mission. We watched all of them in order,
Oh
and there
my.
are through lines that you forgot about.
I'm
You're
good.
like,
if
"Oh,
you
yeah."
can't tell me in 3.5 hours, then fuck off. It's not my fault. I watch things and if I don't get them, I go, it's on you now. I guess I'll never know. Outstanding action performance by a stunt ensemble in a TV series. Your choices being Ashoka. It's Star Wars bullshit, right?
Didn't like it.
Barry.
Why? She's not fun. You know what? And that's my problem. If I
Mhm.
want action, I want some fun. I don't want all this. Just like you want the bear to be like it's not a comedy.
Right.
When we're doing fantasy Star Wars, when it's super not fun, you're just like, I'm
Right.
just watching sadness in
Yeah.
space. No,
No, you had fucking Han Solo being misogynistic. You had fun shit going
love
on.
it.
Yes.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, I think it was on Netflix, its original, something called I'll Grieve You with This. And I'm like, sold. Bring on the tears. Oh, God. You couldn't name it better.
Beef.
Death, grief, and death. I'm in.
Were there a lot of stunts in Beef, Kenda?
Yeah, I think there was some. Yeah, because they were driving crazy with each other, and then there's like, I think mobsters after them by the end. There's some kind of fighting.
Sounds like a lot of stunts. Okay. The Last of Us and The Mandalorian, and the winner was The Last of Us.
Oh, I did not watch that. I was told I was not allowed.
I get told that a lot by my audience. They're like, no, please. Please don't watch it.
Yeah, they were like, my husband was like, you cannot deal with this. I was like, all right, thank you.
I
Do
don't
you watch things like Sex in the City and Just Like That? Like are you
tearjerkers.
I didn't watch that. I watched Sex and the City when I like the original when it was in whatever 2000. When did that come out? But I felt like I watched it not in the way that people talk about it. I thought it was ridiculous. Like I just thought
okay?
it was ridiculous. I didn't see those women as like I'm a Semitic. Like I was like none of these people exist. Like I never looked at it or I aspire to live like that. I thought it was all like camped up ridiculousness.
Yeah, I
So
could see that. Yeah,
yeah.
especially with Samantha's parts. Yeah, honey,
Oh
that's
yeah,
what I
just so
call.
crazy. Oh, it's time to tame the horses or whatever. She just have a million dumb things to say.
I like it
And
straight from the tap.
but all of it was different. All of it was, I mean, all of it was ridiculous. Even Samantha being like, so I wonder if he really all the dumb
Wow, you really didn't
premises
watch it.
typed out.
That's
Yeah,
Carrie.
sorry. Yeah. Oh, Carrie. What did I say? Anyways, doesn't matter.
I love how much you really don't give a fuck. That's amazing.
That's
No,
me in Dead
like I said,
Reckoning. Yeah.
the
Don't tell
worst
me or don't.
version of the she, her pronoun is me.
It's me.
They want me out all the time.
Farrah, what should the audience know about you? I'll mention these. I'll mention the podcast, Parenting is a Joke.
Thanks. I love that. Oh, dog barking. It's fine. What do I have coming up? Oh, I'm in New York performing all the time. What else is on the rise? I'm gonna go to Colombia, Cartagena. No, sorry, Cartagena.
As
Why do
long
I
as the
do that?
pilot knows. You know what I mean?
To do some shows. That's weird. Go to Moon Tower coming up in Austin.
Okay.
I'm
Great.
around.
Well,
I'm
you're
doing live
fantastic.
performance. I should be working on something else, right? What do you've got?
What's
Thank you
up?
for asking. The new book, The Dad Emails, is now available. KeithandTheGirl.com/dadbook. You'll find it right there. It's pretty shocking stuff, but it is a comedy in the truest way, even though it
Now
is
you go.
vomitous.
it's very vomitous. Now, you usually hold up a book, and I think I think that's fantastic. It looks beautiful, but I think we
Yeah.
should remind people that it is available in Kindle. So if that's how you read, that's how I read. I mean, I love having the physical book, but you can also get it in Kindle, and it's available on Amazon in wherever you are. So I
And
know
you
that
want to, yeah, you want to read it on Kindle because you want to read it in front of your dad, right?
So they don't know what book you're reading.
Yeah, baby.
That's smart. That's smart. Anyway,
And
the
also
paperback
you
gives me
wanna
more money, but okay. Thank you, ladies. Yes, Kendall, what else?
you want to send it to your dad and go like, we don't have such a bad relationship. Here's this guy.
Hey, Father's Day is around the corner, everybody.
Yeah, just go like, you'll never be as bad as this. And then come on, that
Yeah.
and a cigar. Beautiful. Little brunch
Yeah, we just got to
action.
find those dads who read.
And the latest stand-up is out right now. It's called Nice Try Tricksters. It'll be out on the 28th. You can get it for pre-sale. And I'm proud of it. I think you'll dig it. It's called Nice Try Tricksters. Get it wherever you get your music. All right? That's it. Thank you guys so
Nice.
much. Ophira, thank you so much for your time.
Such a pleasure. Always. Himda, I'm sad this will be the last time I see you in this particular configuration, but I'm not going to make any predictions here, but you'll be back.
That's it.
I'm sorry. Okay, we're still live. And there was a shout out to Cartagena. Is that it?
Oh yeah, that's perfect. Yes. I don't know why I stumble over it. It's just because
It's a lot of syllables.
it's a lot of
And
syllables, and I feel very apprehensive about any Spanish because I did not learn it in school because I went to school in Canada, and in America people have Spanish within them because they grew up in America, and so I always feel lesser and self-conscious.
oh, you should know Americans are dumb. That's all.
Hey,
You should
thanks.
know that we go like, oh, see, and you're like, I'm an asshole. And you're like, no, you're just Canadian. It's fine. It's very good. And in fact, somebody during the show said, hey, Ophira, your Canadian is showing. Here it is, Curtis.
Aw. Aw. What did I say? Was there an
I don't
oot or a boot? What
Oh
happened
no,
to
I
me?
know what it was. I know what it was. Before we go, it was basically you were talking like we need socialist stuff, like
Oh yeah.
yeah. And then they were like, okay, Canadian. Anyway,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
it's nice.
hilarious. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, someone should create something to help the people. They're like, okay, relax, communist.
Right, right. Anyway,
That's funny.
thank you. I will see you again. I will just be in your audience
Yeah,
and
well,
you'll
I'll
hear
see
me
you. I'll see
laugh.
you in real life for sure.
Yes,
But
yes. I was at your uh Jeopardy one time and I was yelling questions about your book, like the
Oh,
column. I was like, I know this.
oh, you're the
I was
best.
so proud of myself.